All right, so this is part 4, I believe. So anyway, part 4 or part 5. I think it's part 4. So anyway, this is from someone, this has to do with operating in love from someone who didn't even, who wasn't really worshiping the true Yahuwah, the true creator, okay? But had a belief system, like Christianity is divided in so many different sects of Christianity. So, but yeah, you got some Christianities that are sects that have beliefs of certain things that we shouldn't be doing. Like, for instance, I'll use this example. Yes, Jehovah Witness. I am going to use that, okay? We can learn a lot from a lot of people, although we don't supposed to. I didn't dibble and dabble in anything. But sometimes you come encounter with people for a reason. When you seeking truth and somebody end up spewing some truth out, I never joined in to be a Jehovah's Witness or anything. But there was truth that was revealed to me is the reason why was a stepping stone, reason why I'm here today, the way I am right now. So anyway, yes, it has to do with the holidays. No, I don't believe in Jehovah's Witnesses, religion or anything. But there were some things that they believed in that led me to a higher truth that is actually in our Bible, of the pagan holidays. It was hard for me to let go of those holidays, birthdays, all those things, even as a believer, faithfully going to church, doing tithes, and I barely had money at all to buy diapers, and nobody would even help me in the church. But just to say that even for that season, that moment of time, that I allowed myself to listen, even when everybody says, slam your dough in their faces, I used to do that. But then that one time, I was like, you know what? Why do I slam the door in her face? Maybe I can tell her something. As I was telling her some truth, there was some things that she knew that I was hypocritically doing. So she pointed out some things about idol worship. And I was like, idol worship? Yeah, the Bible talk about it, but modern times, we may not really look at what that looked like today, in idol worship. So she pointed out a list of things, and I listened to her, and I said, I'm going to go through in my Bible, and I want to look this stuff up. So I studied, learned, and I was like, she was right. But even though she was, the demons at the time in me I was oppressed by, was, telling me otherwise. So ignore that truth, not just ignore her religion, but ignore that truth, even if it didn't come from her, it was still a true fact. So that was a stepping stone for me. She did tell me I love. She was one of my neighbors a long time ago. And after that, she left me alone for a while. She did. When I saw her, we said hi, but that's when I was on my spiritual journey.